Well, let's take it to Doom or Goon. What are we looking at for these players here? Do we like them? Are we gooning over them? Or do we predict Doom for their season here in 2026?
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Go.
First up is Mike Evans. So Mike Evans actually has been up and down. He started off kind of really hot in the offseason after signing with the 49ers. You know, from Fantasy Football Today, I would take him in round 5. I really don't see what's so different about him and a guy like Devontae Adams. I understand Evans had a bad year last year, and Adams was wide receiver 9 per game. I think he's going to bounce back in a big way. And then from Establish the Run, Mike Evans, who will turn 33 years old in a couple weeks. The substation talk just won't stop with all these injuries. It looks like Mike Evans not hurt, terribly, but he tweaked his quad or whatever earlier this week. How you feeling about Mike Evans? Is he Doom or Goon?
He's Doom. Much as I hate to say it, he's definitely Doom. Yeah, poor guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So right now he's in your like round 5, round 6 range underdog. He's like top of round 5, end of round 4.
And fading.
And then, for me, I mean, obviously ESPN, 94.5, like, yeah, sign me up, whatever. But, for me, like, I'm with you. I'm on the Doom side. If he stays healthy, he'll be great. He'll get a lot of touchdowns. I think he's already started off with bad juju with the injuries. So I'm likely out unless he's going super late in drafts. Right now, like, you have to talk about probably 7th or later. So I'm dooming him as well. Next up, we have DJ Moore. So Josh and Hayden, they flipped. He's saying he's wide receiver 25 now. This is Josh for him. And there's none of those players that maybe he expressed hesitation for back in June, but now here in August, he's drafting him well ahead of the public, and we've seen some movement upwards on DJ Moore. So we're talking 56 on Sleeper, 63. So we're, in round 5 into maybe early round 6. Are you dooming or are you gooning?
I'm going to goon.
Goon it!
Yeah.
Show me your O-face. Yep.
I think that, now Buffalo has that wide receiver that they need that they never seem to have, right? So maybe he goes in. I'm only gooning over him where he's getting drafted, like what round he's getting drafted in. I don't press it, right? Like don't go higher up. But I like where he's getting drafted right now. And that's how I feel about him. What say you? Yeah,
I mean, one thing just to touch on this, like one thing I forgot to bring up is obviously like the counter argument is his production fall to the bottom over the last couple years here. Very real possibility DJ Moore is just totally cooked, totally washed. This is from Fantasy Points. Over the last 2 years, all wide receivers with over 125 targets, 56 qualifiers. DJ Moore ranks bottom 6 in targets per route run, bottom 6 in yards per route run, bottom 6 in first downs per route run. So terrible. But I'm with you. I'm going to goon at the draft price.
We're Goocharians.
Yeah. So like give him to me in the 6th round. I'll take it. I'll probably be okay with him in the 5th round too, with the hope that he returns to form a la Steph Diggs when he joined Buffalo, playing with the best quarterback of his career. Let's talk about Bhayshul Tuten next. Rudy Toot Toot. So here's one from RotoWire. The vibes are very good right now. You have a lot of fantasy analysts who actually have come on my show, Brian Heath, JJ Zacharyson, and guys who are flag planting Bhayshul Tuten as the preferred running back target, period. Counterpoint from Scott Barrett on Fantasy Points. Don't gaslight me, bro. Bhayshul Tuten sucked ass last year. Had 0 runs over 15 yards, had 2 games over 28 yards from scrimmage. There were multiple runs against the Bills that I would have scored on if he didn't. So he's going in a similar range as DJ Moore. So we're talking, again, bottom of round 5, top of round 6. Where you at? You gooning or are you dooming?
I'm with Scott. I'm dooming. That's like the funniest thing. I even knew that when it was said, and that's the funniest thing still. Even 10 days after he said it, like, don't gaslight me, bro. When I read that, I was laughing so hard, dude. Yeah, but in all seriousness, the 0 runs over 15 yards is like, oof. I did not like that at all. And now you got Crod there, the Crad, who could start taking goal line touches from him. So I'm all doom.
Dooming. Well, I'm going to go contrarian. I'm going to goon with Bhayshul Tuten.
Okay.
At his draft price, I'm going to take it. Like, again, we're talking in the dead zone. It probably has that typical dead zone aura. I do like Crod at his price, honestly. But if I'm chasing some upside here later in the round 5, round 6 range, I feel like Tuten's the one to take the chance on and kind of rip my tutors here. All right, let's talk about our next Goon or Doom candidate here, Sammy LaPorta, the honey bucket himself. All right, so you see that Trey McBride has been at 70% route share in like his last 27 games in a row or something. Like, that is a stat. This is from the RotoWire. LaPorta has been, in terms of non-tight end premium, which is just the number I have in my head, like 15 fantasy points per game in his career above 70% route share, just when he's played the full-time role. I expect that for LaPorta this year. So this is talking about the effect of Drew Petzig coming over, who obviously, lit up the statistical charts for Trey McBride, and now has the focal point on Sammy LaPorta, has the opportunity to do so for Sammy LaPorta. Counterpoint from Fantasy Points. Sam LaPorta is the one I'm concerned about, only because of micro discectomy. Anytime someone has that surgery on their disc, I don't love it. And I think he came up a little dinged up recently as well. Again, he's going in that same range that we've been talking about in that 5th, 6th round in most platforms. Are you dooming or are you gooning?
I'm getting all over the place.
You got problems.
And it's because he looks like fucking Jason Segel from
How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. Again, it's the whole like Trey, like the guy, the coordinator for Arizona coming over, and just implementing all the stuff that Trey McBride had. And, I love LaPorta. He's like, I've tons of shares of this guy. So I think he's going to have a big bounce back season this year.
Yeah. And I'm going to goon with him as well. And with Sammy LaPorta, I do like him at his ADP right now, although it's honestly getting a little uncomfortable. It goes up a little higher. Like, I'm probably going to be out pretty soon here. If it goes up any higher, like, it's getting a little uncomfortable. The reason being, like, when Amon-Ra and J-Mo are on the field, it just hasn't been great for LaPorta, but I do like the offensive scheme potentially changing here, and him being, the beneficiary of first read targets and the Trey McBride love. All right, let's go to our last Doom or Goon, and that is Bucky Irving here. So Bucky Irving. So first things first, this is from Establish the Run. Bucky Irving, you are betting on a bounce back, and historically, betting on a bounce backs are bad bets in fantasy football. Plus, Bucky Irving has to deal with losing receiving work to Kenny Gainwell. And then from Fantasy Pros, and if you listen to Fantasy Pros, Pat Fitzmaurice, who, like, I respect that dude a lot. I love listening to that guy. He always has some really great takes. Yep, I'm actually pretty strongly in. And sorry, this one actually was, he's been one that's been championing Bucky Irving. This was actually Deepak Chona was on the show. So those who don't listen or watch, pay attention to Twitter or listen to the Fantasy Pros, he's like one of the big time Twitter doctors for fantasy football. He had this to say. Yeah, I'm actually pretty strongly in. And the reason is Bucky Irving, they said the shoulder was really what was holding him up. And that if you look, excuse me, and if you look at the first 4 weeks compared to the rest of the season, that's when he sustained the shoulder injury in week 5. Comparing those periods, he had a major drop off of about 70% in his number of, even his number of targets and his yards after contact, and obviously his receiving yards. So from a doctor's perspective, he was feeling really good about the potential for Bucky Irving. Obviously, we got the Kenny Gainwell and the Sean Tucker thing, similar kind of like a Bhayshul Tuten, where you got people that are going to steal some of the quality or value components of having a running back workhorse. He's obviously going higher than the other people that we've been talking about right now. So on Sleeper, you're talking in round 4. In round ESPN Yahoo, you're talking round 5. Are you gooning or are you dooming here?
I'm only dooming just because of where he's going right now. That's all. The only reason why. I want to like Bucky Irving, but there's some things that it's just something. These are vibes, just talking, right? Just the vibes themselves and the concerns. They don't feel right with Bucky Irving. So I'm going to doom. But look, if I have a mid-round 5th pick and I need a running back, I'm absolutely taking Bucky Irving. I'll be stoked to have him. I'm just saying, like, where his capital is right now, the draft capital where he is now currently, and I know he's getting faded a little bit. I'm not down with it, but it's It's a soft doom for me. You?
Just a wee bit of doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to goon him. I'm gooning Bucky. You know, it's a mix. You're betting on him returning to 2024. And I'm betting on that he was injured. I know, and obviously the line was happening. The Bucks were a mess. The Bucks were fucks. And so, like, I feel like this is their turning around. Like, when you're talking about dead zone running backs, he's probably one of the guys that I'm you know, bullish on. You know, listen, end of round 4, we talked about the studs there in the wide receiver room. It's gonna be hard to pass those guys up. You get into round 5, I'm in on Bucky, and so I will goon on him. All right.